Welcome back, students. Dear students, in this session, I would like to share the topic Clausius-Clapeyron equation and triple point of water. Let us see the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. That means latent heat equation derivation. Here Clapeyron and Clausius derived an important equation in which the vaporization of melting point of solid and boiling point of liquid with pressure as well as on the specific heat of saturated vapor. Let us see the derivation part of latent heat equation. The equation was derived based on the second law of thermodynamics. Consider two isothermals A, B, C, D, which is one isothermal curve, and another isothermal E, F, G, H. Here the first isothermal A, B, C, D, which is at a constant temperature T, and second isothermal E, F, G, H, which is at the constant temperatures T plus dt respectively. Let us see the first one in isothermal curve A, B, C, D. In this curve, see the diagram. Let us shall discuss it about the isothermal curve A, B, C, D. Starting from the point A, along AB, the substance remains in the vapor state. Along AB, the substance remains in the vapor state. Along BC, the vapor is in the saturated condition. Along BC, the vapor is in the saturated condition and gets liquefied gradually. The pressure T and temperature T remains constant in this case. At the point C, the vapor is completely liquefied. At the point C, the vapor is completely liquefied. During CD, the substance remains in the liquid state. During the process along BC, when the vapor condenses into liquid, it rejects its latent heat L. Along BC, during the process, the vapor condenses into liquid, it rejects its latent heat. Along CB, when the liquid is converted into vapor, it absorbs latent heat. In reverse direction here, along CB, when the liquid is converted into vapor, it absorbs latent heat. The temperature T is the boiling point of the liquid at the pressure P. Let us see the second isothermal EFGH. Here, which is at slightly higher temperature at T plus dt. Along EF, the substance is in vapor state. Along EF, the substance is in vapor state and it is in saturated vapor condition. Along FG, It is in saturated vapor condition. Along Fg, the vapor gets liquefied gradually at constant temperature T plus dT and at a constant pressure P plus dP. P plus dP. Small increase in pressure. During this process, the vapor rejects its latent heat L plus dL. During this process, the vapor rejects its latent heat L plus dL. The boiling point of the liquid is T plus dt at the pressure P plus dP. Thus, due to increase in the pressure dP, the boiling point is also raised by the amount dt. Along GH, it is in the liquid condition. From F and G, draw two adiabatics which meets the lower isothermal at the points I and J. Therefore, GFIJ is considered as reversible Carnot cycle. Here GFIJ is considered as reversible Carnot cycle, and let us assume that a unit mass is taken through the cycle. Along GF in reverse condition, along GF, T plus dt, the amount of heat absorbed is given by, that is L plus dL. That is, amount of heat absorbed along GF is given by Q1 equals L plus dL. That will be equation 1. Along IJ, adiabatic IJ, at temperature T, the amount of heat rejected is given by Q2, that is equal to L. Here L plus dL, it is the latent heat of heat absorption. In the equation 2, this is the latent heat of rejection. In reversible heat engine, we know that the ratio Q1 by T1 equals Q2 by T2. On rearranging this one, Q1 by Q2 equals T1 by T2, where T1 is equal to T plus dt, and T2 equals T. Here substitute these values in this equation for T1 and T2, we get efficiency is given by the work done by quantity of heat absorption, that is Q1 minus Q2 by Q2 is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by T2. This is the expression for efficiency we already know. That will be equation 3. From equations 1 and 2, then equation 3 becomes, just you substitute the values of T1 and T2 from equations 1 and 2. Here Q1 means L plus dL, Q2 means L. For denominator Q2, you can substitute the value L, quantity of heat rejection, latent heat of rejection, is equal to, for T1 you can substitute T plus dt, for T2 you can substitute T. Here also for T2 in the denominator you can substitute T. One further simplification of this, we get here L is plus L and minus L get cancelled, plus T minus T get cancelled, then it becomes dL by L equals dt by t. Let it be equation 4. The amount of heat converted into work is given by Q1 minus Q2 equals L plus dl minus L. Here minus L plus L get cancelled, that is dl. The amount of work done is given by the formula Q1 minus Q2. That means heat absorption minus heat rejection is equal to, for Q1 you can substitute L plus dl, for Q2 you can substitute rejection, that is L. On simplification of this one you get dl. Let it be equation 5. On PV diagram, in this diagram, the work done is also obtained by the area GFIJ. GFIJ. Therefore, work done is equal to, the area under GFIJ is equal to Fi into GF. Fi into GF. That means length into breadth. That is Fi into GF. Therefore, work done is equal to dP into V2 minus V1. Here dP means for Fi, the vertical Fi, that is dP into GF means here the limits V1 between the volumes V1 and V2. Here V2 minus V1. V2 is greater than V1. Here V2 minus V1. Let it be equation 6. From equation 5, we know that dl is equal to dP into V2 minus V1. Substitute this value in the equation 4. We get dP into V2 minus V1 divided by L is equal to dt by t. Here we get this equation when you substitute this in equation 4. On rearranging this one, the ratio dP by dt is equal to L upon T into V2 minus V1. That will be equation 7. This equation is known as Clausius-Clapeyron or latent heat equation. Dear students, this equation also holds good when the substance changes from solid to liquid, but L represents the latent heat of fusion. Here this equation 7 represents latent heat equation. In the same way, we can convert it into latent heat of fusion process. Next we switch over to triple point. What is triple point of water? First we have to understand what do you mean by triple point of water. Any substance can normally be in one of three states, that is solid, liquid or vapor. Solid, liquid or vapor. In thermodynamics, these states are referred to as phases. In thermodynamic language, these three states are referred to as phases. The different phases of a substance can be conveniently represented in a pressure temperature phase diagram. This is pressure versus temperature diagram, that is phase diagram. In such a diagram, each phase corresponds to a particular region or area. The boundary between any two such areas is a curve along which the two phases can exist together. This figure shows the phase diagram for water. This is particularly the phase diagram for water. The sublimation curve separates the liquid. Here sublimation curve separates the liquid and vapor phases. The melting curve separates the solid and liquid phases. Here the melting curve separates the solid and liquid phases. The evaporation curve separates the liquid and vapor phases. The evaporation curve separates the liquid and vapor phases. The point T, here the point T, where the three curves meet is called triple point. The point T, where the three curves, that means evaporation, melting and sublimation, all the three curves meet together at a particular point. That point is said to be triple point. Consider a solid in a state A, shown in the diagram here. Keeping the pressure constant, suppose the temperature is raised, then the solid passes into the vapor phase at the point B without passing through the liquid state. This process is known as sublimation. If we start with the solid in the state D and increase its temperature at a constant pressure, it first passes into the liquid phase at E, and then from the liquid to the vapor state at F, liquid to vapor state at F. The temperature at E, the point E is the melting point of the solid, and that at F is the boiling point of the liquid. Here point E is the melting point of solid, hence it gradually converts into liquid, hence it reaches the point F, and F is the boiling point of the liquid. When the temperature increases, it reaches the boiling point, hence the point F is the boiling point of the liquid, shown in the diagram here. Next, let us consider a gas in the state G. Here the point G is shown in the figure here. If we increase the pressure on the gas at constant temperature, the gas liquefies at the point I. If we increase the pressure on the gas at constant temperature, the gas liquefies at the point I. The point C denotes the critical point. The point C is critical point. If the temperature is above that at C, the critical temperature, that means the critical temperature, there will be no distinction between the liquid and gaseous phases. The gas cannot be liquefied by the application of pressure alone if the temperature is above the critical temperature. For a liquid which contacts on solidification, the melting curve will have a positive slope. In the case of substance such as water, which expands on solidification, the slope of melting curve will be negative, as shown in the figure. Dear students, for water, the triple point temperature is 0.01 degree or 0.01 degrees Celsius or 273.16 degree Kelvin. The triple point pressure is nearly 4.6 millimeter of mercury pressure. Thank you.